yourself ready, get yourself together. Welcome to the Back of the Class podcast on Worth Every Penny Entertainment. I'm your host, Penny. Today I got a special guest, a good guy, friend of mine, from New Jersey, respected coach and trainer, and a bunch of other things that he definitely gonna let y'all know about. So we're gonna get right into it. I want to welcome everybody to the Back of the Class. Coach Prince Stewart, what's going on, bro?
Peace, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
And I see you got your Brick City Lions.
Oh yeah, Brick City Lions.
That's what's
changing the culture.
So what's up, man? How you been, man? I got you in here finally, like I told you. How you been?
I'm great, man. No complaints. I mean, we could all complain if we wanted to. So no complaints. Blessed. Excited to be here.
Yeah, man.
And blessed, man. Excited to be on your platform.
Man. I wanted to definitely have you here because on this platform, I like to take pride in celebrating our people and what we do and giving us the credit. So what you and doing in coaching, you know, that's how we got together with you coaching my son in football. I definitely want to applaud you and congratulate you on what you've done so far. But let's let some of the people know what you actually do in coaching, because you're not just a football coach,
right? So
you know, let them know a little bit of that.
Okay. So wow, where we at? It's 2021. Look at that. So I'll say like this year 6 in the game. So starting out 5 years ago, I jumped straight into the game with the youth program, Brick City Lions, which is a national youth football and cheer program with over 250 kids.
Okay.
So starting there, working my way up to St. Benedict's Prep, and working with the basketball team as an assistant basketball coach. Working inside the high school and coaching track, training the basketball players, training the cheerleaders. I got a great opportunity to go off to Virginia Union and, teach strength and conditioning to some college athletes.
But how did you get into coaching? I know you played sports, but what was the situation that got you actually into coaching? I know you said 5 years ago, but you wasn't doing nothing before that as far as coaching?
I mean, if we go that far back, coaching, I have to say when I was a youth. Yeah. I have to say when I was a youth.
So you mean you was one of them player coaches?
Definitely. I was one of those player coaches in terms of being a motivator, in terms of being that lead by example, work ethic type of player. I'll say that. But to say the least, like coaching, Brick City Lions, that'd be my first level of coaching.
Okay.
I jumped out right there, like having a team and being responsible for a unit.
How many different sports have you coached? I know you did basketball and football. Anything besides that?
Basketball, football, track. That's it. Basketball, football, track.
And you played all those sports yourself, right?
Yes, I played those sports in high school.
Yeah. Now, training. Where did the passion for training come in? Like, you are a certified physical trainer also, right?
Yes.
So where did the passion for that come?
Well, in terms of training, that kind of training found me. I always had a passion to work with children. So my passion in working with children left summer camps. Transition into after school programs more so, and I kind of grew to want to have that community, like Boys and Girls Club style facility. So in doing that, it was just like training makes sense because all the kids, need to get mentally stronger, right? Because with training, that's what comes into play first. Then the physical part, right? Staying healthy, in terms of just exercising for 30 minutes, 60 minutes a day. Everyone, not even just children, need that. So the two kind of go hand in hand. Also with coaching, and then kids are always going to come about life.
I got you. So basically what you're saying is, I guess your coaching passion came wanting to coach kids, like it wasn't a thing of just wanting to go to the elite level of coaching. Because I'm asking that because you have done it. So I guess it doesn't, and I can understand that it's not as big to you as it is to the next person, but it is big to me. You've trained NFL athletes, all type of professional athletes, college athletes and stuff like that. So I look at it as, I talked to you about when you had the college job, and I always ask, why did you come back? And you said, this is what you wanted to do, these was your kids. That was real. So is that where it's at? That's where it stays, or you do have a want to go to the next level with coaching and training?
Well, coaching and training, again, is a resource that the youth need, the community needs. So for me, experiencing the college level with Virginia Union, experiencing a national schedule with St. Benedict's Prep, working on a youth national level. These experiences have shaped me to just, push and stay grounded in what it is I want in terms of providing a good in service, because that's what essentially being a coach is. We providing you with a service, whether we preparing you for the NFL in college, or we're preparing you for college and high school, or we're preparing you for high school on a youth level. Regardless, the fact of the matter is we have a service that we're providing and preparing you to get ready. And I fall more so on the side of, wanting to provide the mental health support. So in terms of your social, emotional wellness, whereas like in order to do that, we need boys and girl club setting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm after that boys and girls club setting, classroom, gym, not just providing the kids services when they're out of school, but also the kids' family services when they're not at work or looking to work, building community. So, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, so when you train these kids and coach and just interact with these kids, because like we said before, and we'll go into it a little further, you go in mental health and a bunch of other places. You loud? Can't go loud, Prince. This is exclusive content, man. For whatever they got right now, erase that shit now. But listen, what I was saying was, when you interact with these kids, do you do it by situation, or is it like, this is what I'm here to do? And what I mean by that is, when a kid comes to you to play football, is it your goal to push every kid to the highest level in that? Or do you go by what the kid is in there for? Because a lot of coaches, and this is what drives kids away from sports, will push a kid too far and turn them off. Where we're taught in those type of sports that if you back down, you're not tough enough. But some kids may need that extra time. So how do you gauge that from kid to kid?
So that's the beautiful part about working in youth services or working with community. Is like no 2 days are like no two people are like. So you're constantly exchanging energies. So as a coach, as an educator, I've learned and I've grew to understand that you communicate without even saying anything before communication happens. So the body language is going to give me what I need to know. So through communication and trying to understand the youth or even an adult, the body language is going to tell you something. So I always look at the body language and I always try to come to an eye level to just put me and that child on the same level and talk to you. And depending on your personality, depending on how you are, I'm gonna communicate accordingly. However, I'm there to teach you something. I'm there to teach you something. So what I'm there to teach you is most important.
Yeah, and see,
that's most important.
And see, so let me tell you, Prince, that's what makes you who you are, because with all of it, us parents have fun. When you coaching the kids have fun, you know they had their hard times too because you push them hard. But you focus, man, you dedicated, and I like that about you. But it makes me wonder, like, what about you? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, we know what you do, but what do you, like, do you fight crime on the side? Like, what do you do to amuse yourself?
Yeah.
Not to get the gratification to help yourself. Like, you fight crime,
yes.
You disguise, do some other shit.
Yes.
Like, what do you do?
So I love that. What do you do? So in reality, if we put me in America, they're gonna say, well, yeah, that's a poor black man.
Oh.
If you put me up against America, right? But then when you step outside of America's perceptions,
Yeah.
and we jump into the original black man and who I am to my community, who I am to myself, yeah, I'm fighting crime every day. When I'm planning and organizing, when I'm setting an event to happen in Newark,
Yeah.
New Jersey, and bring out 100+ youth.
Yeah.
When I'm setting that, when I'm putting energy towards that, I'm fighting crime.
Okay.
I'm fighting crime.
Alright, I believe you, Prince. I believe
I'm
you,
fighting
but
crime.
I think it's more than that. I think like you really be out like rounding the bad dudes up. You don't lock them up. You just throw them somewhere and just make them stay there so the kids got their fun.
Yes.
That's you.
Yes.
And that's what it's about though, man.
Yes.
And
Yes.
because like when you look at things like that, it's such a genuine thing. But with your experiences as a child, like how was it for you? Like what was the order for you coming up, playing football, being a young guy, you know, running around, you know, in the streets and stuff like that?
In the streets.
What was you doing?
In the streets early on, South 11th Street, Newark, New Jersey. South 11th Street, South 1 Jive.
That's where you from?
Yeah, those were my early days of
South 11 what?
in South 1 Jive. Between what's that, 13?
I was just over there. Yeah, I got you. So that's now.
These are my early. These are my early
visuals.
These are my early visuals. You know, growing up, experiencing, you know, poverty, hood activities, but always having love from the family. Like I'm always loved by my family. Like always new community.
Yeah.
So to say the least, found sports when I was 11, about 10, 11 years old.
Right.
After a life-threatening car accident, you know what I'm saying? When I was 10.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after a life-threatening car accident, I found sports. I found the coach who, you want to play football? And then from there, it's like the coach is a father figure. He's picking me up and dropping me off. So I had to go hard, and I became a structured, in-season, disciplined football player. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't an all-around structured kid because when football wasn't there, I was outside.
But you did take the sports, and I did too. So let me ask you, what was the difference in it appealing to you versus what you was already seeing for me? You know, you see the guys outside; those be your first little role models, and those are things that you see. But then you found something that takes you away from your natural element while you still there. I was the guy, you know, coming through, but everybody else doing this and come through in a basketball bag. I'm sure you probably can relate. So we still in the hood, but we doing other things. We're not the only one, but for those kids, a lot of kids got pushed aside or ostracized. Like, hey man, he did that. And some people, you know, you just blended in. So for you, how was that experience? Like, you know, did you get support from your neighborhood? Did they come to your games? Were they pushing for you to make it?
Honestly, it was a culture. So it was a culture and an environment shift. So me moving to Broadway when I was 10,
yeah,
and that's where I began playing football at. And I played there from the time I was 10 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
But what it instilled in me in terms of community, in terms of, you know, my mom didn't come to many games. You feel me? But the community was there. The energy, like it was like we was practicing and working hard for something.
Yeah.
You know, and we had programs from ages 5 all the way up. So it was more so the service and the environment shift for me that shifted my brain, because all that I was used to was outside. Like I knew how to climb the gate, jump on the roof. I like to collect bees, throw bottles, bust car tires. I like to just be outside. Yeah. But it was never nothing different until I moved the raw way, and I just received that. And you know, it's what I care to do today. You feel me? It's a part of who I am. And
structure.
Yeah.
I like that. And remember, we went to Florida. What was that? Last year? That was last, not the December this past, so that would be December 2019?
2019.
Well, we placed third, I believe, third nationally. And with that, 10U? 10U. We talked about it, I think for all of us. You've been down there. We even flub like, man, I've been down here to play. I think that right there for me, that was a culture change you guys already saw when I saw the sports culture as opposed to up here. One thing that I feel that is important, and I think that y'all are trying to do, the Brick City organization, you and Flub and the guys I know, is that, you know, we could easily say we're going to do it our way, this is our thing, to be passionate and emotional about it, but like we went down there, we saw things that could help us better ourselves. We took to it automatically. I think that's important for those kids. See, for us, as adults setting our ways, we don't have to change and conform, but for our children, those are sacrifices.
Right.
So even for you as a trainer, listen, you could have humbled yourself to see out something you wasn't doing. You do the right thing by you taking that in and using it. So I like what y'all doing now. Now, like, we're gonna be traveling and stuff. We're gonna expose to those other things, because I think it was big for those kids to see that they could compete, to see those different levels and things, the exposure and all of that. So, what are y'all doing to further that push? Because now we came from Florida 2 years ago, 2019. So going back, what we coming with this time? What level of preparation? What level of football, of New Jersey football? What is our brand going down to this time?
Well, there's always room to grow, and when you experience something for the first time, for the second time, you should always take from it. Whether you go and you win a championship, or you go and you go 500, or you go and you don't even meet the 500 mark, you should always learn and take from it. So, and us being a national organization and experiencing national championships on multiple levels, experiencing the Pop Warner Championship, and now experiencing the AYFL tournament, where, you know, it's that unlimited weight. I think the preparation speaks for itself, and then the national schedule in terms of, you know, playing teams from different states, not just when we make it down to the tournament, but before that. I think that's where you know, the level
will level up. Right?
Yeah, where it kind of speaks for itself. Just going out and playing teams from Miami, going out playing teams from Arizona, playing teams from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So taking those ventures and you know.
But I mean,
experience
for the coaches though,
what you need to experience.
Or not did you see, do you think the growth is going to be there on the coaching level too?
I mean, growth on a coaching level is evident. I mean, that's something that you can see. I mean, we can all look and say who outcoached who in the game, or who outplayed who in terms of players. So the coaching will prevail for everyone. So the coach that's putting time in with his team and his unit, because it's that critical, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know your team already. So getting them guys out there and letting them gel and form together, yes, those coaches are going to prevail at a higher level than a coach who's not.
Right.
You know? However, you know, the coach with the IQ is going to prevail too.
Yeah.
So, sharpening both is most important. So the coach that focuses on sharpening both the team chemistry and his IQ, those are the ones we'll see in the dance. And I'm pretty sure we can project that the Brick City Lions going to be there in terms of any youth organization in the state, in the tri-state.
It's the group text.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a destination in there that I said, I'm trying to make that one myself. But parent-wise, since I've coached biddy ball and like some little league basketball, so I know how the parent element could go. It could go different ways, especially depending on what type of coach you is. Much different stuff. But for you, I haven't seen you have any bad parent interactions or experiences. And especially with Pop Warner, it's a big stigma. It's all type of memes about why my kid ain't play, what it's really about, and you got the coaches that running through all the moms and what is your experience like with that, the parent element, on the serious note first, like, because I know it's important to connect with the parents because you're dealing with a child, but how do you feel about that? Is it important to you
Yes.
to have a connection with the parents?
Yes, it's very important to have a connection with the parents. However, I'm not there for you, parent. So,
You're not there for the male parents, but
or the female parent. I ain't there for none of y'all. I'm there for y'all children, and I make that very clear.
I'll be a spokesman because I done seen my man in action, like, I'm saying. And I ain't saying it like that. No, that's what I'm saying. Once again, I said I know from being a coach. Guess what? The moms can be appreciative.
Yes.
And besides that, you look at the nature of it, it's a physical thing. So if you one of them coaches that can get out there and move and print, you be tackling them little niggas and everything, bro. So they be looking like, you know what I'm saying? But man, like, I've seen, I'll be on the sideline shit. I'm with the other chick. They be like, I'm like, all right, man. So I know it's there for you.
It's there for me.
It's there for you. Just put it like that. So whether you got a chicken now or not now, it's there for you. But let me tell you. But seriously though, I joke with that, but I don't see nothing wrong with that because if you're doing your job, it's about putting things in place seriously. You want to be professional. If you're coaching and you want to be human, if you're coaching a child, you coach the child. If the mother likes you or wants to anything, because it goes past that too. Doing basketball, I've got so far like we all do where the parents just text me about how the kid doing in school, even if both parents are there, because you have a good connection with the child. So it goes past that. But I'm shunning the dude for taking the fruits to the labor either though, man. Bruh, listen. You probably spending more time with the kid than the father and the stepfather.
Both of them.
Hey, putting it to him, so and that's not what it's built around. But guess what? For people who sincere about what they do, it's neither here nor there, man. But I do think it's important, the parent interaction. And you're also a teacher, Prince. So, do you correlate the two? And what I mean is directly. So what I mean, do you bring the classroom onto the field, and do you bring the field into the classroom from time to time?
Yes, I definitely do. But look, I want to hit back on that parents and any parents out there?
I can't let you clear that up, man.
Any single parents out there that need a coach? No, I'm playing.
See? Nah, you serious now? You serious?
Nah, no way.
Bruh, listen, man.
Nah. But just like connecting with parents, I think is very important. And for me, a lot of times it'd be like in my entrepreneurship life, like because the Brick City Lions is a form of entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
And just like in that lifestyle, a lot of time is on the run, But I'm very strategic at how I coach and my philosophy. So you might see me today, I might be gone tomorrow. You might see me for a week, but what you see is someone that your child is connecting to and listening to. So it might be, well, who is that? And then it might be an introduction. But if it's ever an introduction beforehand or while in play, you know, what's most important is student first. So I'm teaching that student comes before anything.
Definitely.
Athlete second.
Definitely.
ATD, attention to detail. So just, you know, working and grounding everything, you know, I do myself or with my partners we do, grounding everything off of that in terms of communicating with the parents. There's never a conversation about athletics. And, you know, it's more so about how the athlete's doing, like anything going on in school, how's the mind. Like, you might want a conversation because I might be yelling like, what the? You want to know what he doing if my child locked in? Why are you yelling at my baby? But I tell you, I never yell at your baby for something I didn't teach your baby, you know? Your baby, and I got to give that to your baby because that's the personality that comes with what we doing. You know, and I'm learning too. I'm learning because everybody you can't give that to.
Everybody love the crazy coach, man.
Yes.
Most of the time it's after the fact, but everybody loves the crazy coach.
Yes.
You remember the show you had us watching in Florida with the crazy white dude, Last Chance U? I said, yo, what is this? What's this? Who he studied? Like, you know, this who he studied to Yale from? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you get it. But everybody respects that because you know what it is once you realize it's passion, and I think that's why some of the best coaches are people who played the game. Or you don't have to have played that specific game, but just be an athlete if you're going to coach in athletics because you have to have a feel for it. You have to. There is a certain connection. We're in an era where analytics and X and O guys are thriving, and that is true to a degree, but it's nothing like that feel for when you know how. When you telling your cornerback what to watch out for and the different instincts to have. It's a part of it where you can correlate standing in his 2 feet right there, where he feel like, damn, this nigga in my head. You know what I'm saying? He's using my eyes when you working the remote. That's that feel for the game. That's that genuine feel for the game. And even as a trainer, that's important too, because I got my workout regimen from jail. Other than that, I was lazy as shit. Even as an athlete, I wanted to play, but I didn't want to work out. But when you push them kids to that, and the tools that you use to motivate them into working out, that's a feel for having trained also yourself on an elite level. I've never done that. I might have played to a degree at an elite level or against elite competition, but I never trained at elite level. You know what I'm saying? So that makes a difference, man. So stay crazy.
Oh yeah.
Stay crazy.
Yeah, I will. It's like you're the constant unseen object, but you're constantly observed subject. You know. Yeah. That's Baraka. Yeah. That's a Mary Baraka right there. Yeah. And being that person, I love it. It's a trick though, because it's like okay, I've been around for 5 years, year 6. So if you was 5 years old, you was getting this, and now you 10. But if you was 10 years old and you getting this, now you 15. Okay. So constantly trying to stay constant for that wide range, to where it's like, yo, we gotta make sure that we're always doing something. So we gotta have this 7-on-7. We gotta have this training. We gotta have this showcase. We gotta have this. You know, we gotta be able to meet them on all levels that they're at, because we gotta be able to constantly keep their mind going to where it's like, yeah, and life is gonna be showcasing pro days. You gotta keep that feeling going. So keep that lifestyle.
So also, what's important with that is you have to, I think one thing is important is learning how to teach them that outside of sports. So we was bugging out about how when the COVID came, you know, nothing was going on. You went crazy with you went on a marketing binge, right? And like I said, it was good stuff, no matter what. Those are things that, with that air that you got with the kids, sometimes you can translate to them. Those are things that kind of helps bring them down. I had a conversation with my son. I said, listen, if you wanted to play football, we was talking about the damage factor, and at the top of that conversation, I said, listen, one of the things is the damage can't be one of your worries if this is what you want to do. But considering that, if you're going to do it, this is part of your sacrifice. Which is when he was 10. If you want to go to the NFL right now, say you get drafted at 23 years old, you already had 13 years. You know what I'm saying? And those that make it, their 13 years are not like a participant's 13 years. That's one thing that Brick City is good with deciphering. You know, they let the kids participate, then they got the go-getters. It's good to separate that, you know, while keeping them, you know what I'm saying? So, I was like, that's that long of a grind that you have to have. But within all of those years, by the time he gets to junior year in high school, something natural might just push him off. It might be too much, just naturally. Going that hard, 100, all of those years. So that's why I say with those things, as the coaches, it's good that you give them those other parts of life. Coach Kenny good for that, you know, he old school. Coach Kenny loved getting as many as he could in advance, as well as y'all do. Those extra moments when y'all let them listen to the music when we was in Florida, guess what? Them chicks couldn't stand it when y'all was letting them wild out in Florida. I love it. Cause guess what? Y'all was asking for a lot. And they gave y'all what they had. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we know what it's about, but come on, man. So it makes you want to do the extra stuff for it. You know, so I don't know, man, why I went with that, but that's just like beauty in what you do. That's why I wanted to have you up here. That's why I want my platform to celebrate Prince Stewart, because all these things that I'm describing are things that you've already done and continue to do. So, you know, once again, I'm gonna just give you another shout out on that, man.
I appreciate that.
We need more of that, and it is out here, but I think we just need to push it more. And just like you said, just always keep it going in some of it. You went into other sports and things like that, but even in the other things, so me in entertainment, I'm trying to build that, and hopefully I'll get some young guys that's where I was at years ago that want to cling on and do stuff like that. So that's what it's about, man.
Yes, definitely.
That's what it's about. You're a teacher, Prince.
Yes.
We wanted to get into that. I want to know how you feel about a school teacher versus a coach. Not to compare them to, but I just want you to speak to how you feel they are just equally important.
Excuse me.
He says, all right, so listen, man, we're going to start going off script, man. Go ahead.
No, you good. Do your thing.
Go ahead, teachers versus
coaches.
They're both important.
And beyond important. A teacher is a coach and a coach is a teacher. There's a quote out there that I took heed into. I'm a quote person, spiritual type, universal type, religious. I love anything involving God and great energy and, you know, stuff like this. So coaching versus teaching. A teacher is a coach is a teacher. There's a great quote out there that says, a coach impacts more people in 1 year than the average person does in a lifetime. And so does a teacher.
Oh, okay.
To say the least. So when we saying coach and teacher, like we're one of the same, you know what I'm saying? A teacher's constantly coaching, a coach is constantly teaching. And you know, these people should be paid the millions, like the artists, like the rappers and the basketball players.
All right, hold on. Prince, you be throwing me off with that though, because I remember you saying before. No. Let's just stick with that, what you're saying. So, it's almost like what you do is the total opposite. You do both. But when you coach, you would never think that you thought that a teacher should get paid the millions as opposed to an athlete. Or do you think they should get paid also as good as an athlete? Because
but the athletes you're just entertaining.
But that's a business thing. See, but I'm gonna tell you, see, that's where it goes. I don't. Maybe monetary isn't the only way to appreciate teachers, school teachers.
Right.
Because when you put that type of value on, that's what we're already doing. That's why education is being kind of watered down. In my eyes, where, like you said, a teacher, how much a teacher is getting paid will really dictate the job that they go do or how they go do their job nowadays. I'm not thinking about, that's not what it's built for.
No.
It's, it's business around it where you gotta get paid, you gotta live, you gotta make a living, but you're teaching, teach. Because at what point in your mind, past that check, does it say, I got these little kids in front of me? So that's where a coach takes the extra step. 99.9%, unless you want some type of elite organizational thing, coaches on your level, probably one of these amateur levels don't get paid. Down to some semi-pro coaches don't get paid. So you put in the same, if not more.
Some college coaches don't get paid.
Right. So when you say that they should get the millions, I would rather, my interpretation of that is they should be valued more. So I think their value will come more from the people. It's not monetary, it's not what you give them. It's us rallying behind the teachers, from parents to the people outside. We need to support whatever the teachers want. The teachers got one of the hardest jobs. They're molding our future as far as we let them. So I agree with you that if you say that they need to be valued more, appreciated more, but say they need to get millions because, nah man, that's the case. Pay me millions and I'm a teacher. Just give me the curriculum. And I'm a teacher with interest. Because, let me ask you another question. Do you believe that schools are teaching all they should be teaching?
No. The school system is clearly a 19th century school system focused on mastery. The public school system, you gotta master the subject, and how well you master the subjects is how you'll be put into this system in terms of the education system. So you need your education resume to go through America's education systems, and how good yours look is how far you can go. Regardless, they're going to try to get you to buy into it. No, we don't focus on the things that we need to focus on to be equipped with the life skills we need to live a balanced life when we leave high school at 18, whether it's the suburbs or the city, you know what I'm saying? The inner cities.
So see, when you talk about suburban schools, I think that they set up for their situation. That's the difference. So it's probably like on the same line, they could have the things that we need inserted into our system. But at the same time, I think that it comes to a point where for our situation, we need the job skills and so on and so forth. Because, in the urban community, the finances are at the top of the, what's the problem here? So we need a job, resources, education, and stuff like that. We need the money. A lot of people don't want to say it. Like when they talk about reparation, a lot of people don't want to say that we need the money. Then we need the money and we need the land. That's what we need physical. That's at the top of it. But then we need resources and everything else. We're going to intermissionist, Prince. This is the first. We're going to live intermissionist, meaning like, we back. I'm sorry. We're very Penny Entertainment. That was one of our rare intermissions. We had an intermission, and that's it. But we back now. Once again with Coach Prince Stewart. But nah, the what was that? The shit that we were getting from the Martin and the L. I call them shit pale L's. The Aprils. The orchids.
Yeah, the angries.
I was buying 6 packs of them shits every day. Because I'll drink the whole thing. Because it ain't nothing. It's what, like 1% alcohol or some shit?
Yeah, like 1.
Nah. But I was saying that when we came back, I wanted to talk about that, Prince, our trip to Florida. I mentioned it earlier, but I wanted to let the people know my experience with it, and then I wanted to get your take on how you went about it. I felt that it was a productive trip. One of y'all mottos going into it was, "This is a business trip." And y'all had the kids going on that. Everybody was consistent with all of us, and y'all broke it down for what it was and everything like that. But one of the biggest things I think outside of the actual football in the field was when we was at the house, we was talking about, I felt like you gave those kids at 10 years old a look into college culture. We took our kids' homework down there, so the kids had study hall in the Airbnb. We ate together. And my favorite part, Prince, this is your evil genius moment, was to, after all of that, especially after all that working out, because guess what? I don't know how many other teams did it, but remember, Coach Kitty was ready to go the first night onto the practice field.
Right.
So y'all was about business all day, but you let them wild out, man. At the end of the night, you know, we had the little pool, like, yo, and you had to be there. So,
yes.
but what was that? With all of that plan, like, was that really like a real evil genius plot that you put together?
Thank you for you know, giving it some, showing it some love, but it was definitely strategic, and the strategy was simple. We want to be student athletes, attention to detail, and at the end of the day, being a student athlete is not just for the athlete; it's for the coach too. So, as a coach, you know, I have to be able to adapt to a 10-year-old mind and environment, right? So, in this setting, I want them to be comfortable. Yeah. Like, I want to put you all in the living room and say, you guys that want to sleep all down in the living room together, go ahead. Let's have a kumbaya. And
watching film too.
Oh yeah, film is important.
And guess what? You know, I'll be trying to be one of them parents that's like an extra up on it with the sports. So I'm like, damn, we ain't never did film. Like, I didn't show them stuff on film, but y'all did film. And they was really like reading tendencies, scouting teams, scouting themselves.
Yeah.
You knew so all of that was a part of the plan.
Okay, so coaching is everything subject to change. So in having that resource, film, yeah, it instantly became a part of the plan, because if we have film, we can learn and grow from it. So to say the least, yeah, it wasn't that it was written down in the strategy, like the strategy of them being comfortable and giving them the freedom to stay up. I knew that was implemented in my mind. I already knew that there was no curfew for my 10-year-old kids. Yeah. You know, just letting them be free, but I knew that the day would consist of a lot of demands, and I knew I had incentives, like a swim pool, where it was like, you know, we working towards something, like at all costs, and we plant the mental in their head early. This is a business trip, you know, we had to get money. The kids understood that we had to all come out of pocket to be here, and winning is us getting money, and we took that into the first game, 47-zip.
Yo,
we came out there and punched.
We did. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We
definitely
put the pedal to the metal.
It was a great experience. It was like a movie experience to me, because the kids were so focused, and you could tell, and they really was so much about business. They had grew up so much. You saw it the first time we lost. They had their moment on the field. You had your moment. Everybody had their moment. When we got in the cars, man, by the time we got on the highway, turned on the radio, we knew we was going back to the house together to do what we do. And it was like we was able to have that part too. I credit all of us, the parents,
yes,
the kids, definitely,
yes,
for holding it down to the end. Because I think by the end, you know, we was all worn out. If I can say that I saw in the last game that the kids was worn out. I could say that the adults was too by the end. But we held it down though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm telling you, that's something, like I said, I'm going to build off of that. I think that's why I'm so hung on to it. I don't know if it'll be sports or whatever, but you know, I think that was empowering, you know, for young black men.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Older young black men and younger young black men. But a little bit on the fun side, Prince. So you do your entrepreneurial thing. Have you went to any of the what's the little one-on-one things that they do? They were doing that at Branchbrook, then they started moving it around. It's when, you know, niggas be touching it up. I just see it.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the trenches.
The trenches.
Yeah, shout out to my
trenches.
boy Joe
Who?
Smooth.
That's who run that, Joe Smooth.
Yeah, well that's who I know to run it.
Right,
You
shout
know,
out to the trenches though. But
the trenches. Yep, Joe
have you been
Smooth.
to any of those events?
Yes, I definitely popped out. I also partnered with the trenches. We did an event together. So shout out to the trenches again. Shout out to my man Joe Smooth. You already?
Yo, so who your guy in the trenches? Like who you?
Joe Smooth.
No,
Joe
I'm
Smooth
talking about
is
out
my
of
guy.
players, man.
That's my guy.
He a player?
He a player. He a player.
Now,
I like this other kid. I like this other kid. I don't know his name, from DC. He's the truth.
So people from DC came because I saw.
Yeah, it was different matchups from all over, from different states. Yup, different people pop out.
So what about Cat though?
Cat, beast mode. He a beast.
Yo, Cat. Let me tell you something. Cat been balling in the hood for a while.
Yeah.
You know, Cat. You know, he earned that. And so when that
Shout
was
out
one
to
person
Cat.
that I noticed from the league, and I'm like, yo, it made it respectable. And it's shit, the league is respectable. Everything I seen, every player I seen, but with stuff like that, you ain't trying to do nothing like that with the kids.
Oh man, listen. Look, I'm Brick City native. You feel me? Newark breed, Newark raised, Newark made. So all the resources and ideas that I have in my mind are for my community. You feel me? So
Talk about game changers. So I was trying to trick you into going there, but game changers.
yeah, I was about to say. So let me tell you about a week ago. You heard about a week ago.
I was trying to be nice and shit because you told me that it wasn't all good, but you know, about a week ago. You was doing your thing, man.
Yeah, man.
What's that called?
That's Game Changers, right? You feel me? So Game Changers, we've been around. It's our 6th year. You know, we provide services for the youth in terms of 7-on-7. You know, we do combines, camps, showcase, football. You know, and is a platform that's grown. And we just recently had our first 7-on-7 tournament. So where, you know, it's non-contact, 7-on-7 passing, and
let's call it what it is, Prince. You can make the post where you call it AAU football.
It's AAU football, period. AAU football, Game Changers, AAU 7-on-7 football.
Prince, you want the best of the best.
Best of the best, yeah.
You know, we ain't being nice.
No.
We ain't trying to impress the mothers on this. We want the best of the best. So, in that, last week, how did, you know, y'all ran a tournament, and what age brackets, and you know who participated from what?
13U, 15U, 18U. Those were the 3 divisions. We had teams from South Jersey come up. We had teams from Pennsylvania come out. We had teams from New York come out. You know, we had over 100 kids at the park traveling to 4 different fields, playing between the hours of 9 and 3, and you know we killed it. It was a March Madness football event. You know what I'm saying?
So I would take something like that. Those 7-on-7. Those are basically skill positions, but mainly quarterbacks and receivers, right?
Quarterback, receiver, DBs, linebackers. Quarterback, wide receiver, DBs, linebackers.
Well, yeah, on the defensive side of it, but on the offensive side, it's basically pass and catch, quarterbacks and receivers for the most part, right? But a running back, if you got the skills, can get up in there, right?
Oh, running backs are in there. Everybody in there. Running back.
So they run the ball in those
I
Like,
mean, some leagues allow you to run. Yeah, some leagues allow you to run. It's touch.
Okay.
You play with flags too, but some leagues allow you to run.
Does it matter to you whether it's contact, full contact, or if it's like flag or those?
Well, with the youth, I think it's ideal to do a passing league, 7-on-7 league, the months where we're out of contact.
Okay.
Because in contact, youth football is very rare that you're going to be passing the ball. So if youth football is running from June to December, let's believe January to June, we want to be throwing the ball and sharpening up those skills as youth student athletes, because we don't get to do that in the regular season. So this is a necessity.
Yeah. I saw you do a skit. I told you about that before, the Fat Boy skit, right? Is that you do anything else like that after that? That was, let me tell you something. That skit was dead on. I always wonder who idea it was, because the shit fit the bill of, if he wanted to get in shape for how big he was back then, you would like be the guy that could do it.
Yes, sir.
But I know in real life he ain't gonna smack you in the head. That shit was funny. But I said, that was funny though, because I think there's stuff out there for you like that too. You like acting, you got personality, man. Like I said, the crazy shit. Even podcasting. I was telling you the video I saw. He said everybody can't do it because there'll be no guests. But a person like you like to give out information. That's what this is for, man.
Definitely.
Matter of fact, I think that you come back and we do like a full out structured sports special. Well, maybe we might bring a couple other coaches up here. We might raise an ante on something or something. Just a gentleman's thing. Let's bring it to the forefront. Let's play around with it on the adult level.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be good.
No doubt.
I told you I wanted to get Flub in here, but that Flub.
Shout out to Flub. That's my brother. Shout out to Elijah, the enlightener. That's my brother.
Street Scriptures clothing. Now, what do you got going on personally? Because I see your hat, I see your shirt, I see your wristband. I know that's all promotional. What's yours?
So right now, currently what's mine is high-level 5th quarter training. That's my LLC, where I provide services to the youth and the community, focusing on physical wellness, social emotional wellness. You feel me? And it's an endless quest to conquer greatness with my LLC. And then I'm associated to multiple small businesses. As we spoke about, Game Changers. That's the youth football platform.
Okay.
The Dungeon. I'm the general manager of a gym. We service youth athletes. We do personal training, group fitness classes. Then going down to Black Money. That's a brotherhood. That I'm associated with. We have our own apparel line. We also have artists.
Yeah, I seen a rapper, Woody. Jay Hootie.
Yes.
See, I be paying attention.
Yes.
But I done listen to some of the songs with you, nigga, on your live.
Right.
So that's your people's?
Yes, that's my
and
brother.
What's up? So he does music. So
Yeah.
he from Newark though?
He's from Newark. Yes.
All right, bet. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, a lot of promotional stuff, man, and that's what's good that you promote a lot of that.
Yeah, definitely.
But see, when you were saying about the unseen, something like what you do, even though you may get your value, but still, I believe it should be appreciated and pushed to the forefront, like those other things that we talk about, merchandising and stuff.
I didn't even finish.
What I'm about to say, what you do don't need a merchandising, but go ahead.
So I'm also a part of a brotherhood called Young Fly Famous. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I'm just joining that brotherhood. That's an older brotherhood that that's just welcoming me in.
Yeah.
Probably like a year ago. It's seeded now. Now we're here to where it's like, yeah, Young Fly Famous. It makes sense. You feel me? No fake love. You feel me? Love is power. So that's what you see me rocking up top. And then I got the Keep It a Buck shirt on. You feel me?
Yeah.
Which is also a podcast platform that I'm associated with. And
Shout out to
with.
them.
Shout out to Keep It a Buck. But yeah, we're all about, you know, putting the youth in the spotlight in terms of sports and the youth lifestyle. But everything's about keeping it a buck. So it's different platforms and different people that I'm associated with. I'm associated with you. I'm pretty sure this not going to be my first time.
This not going to be your last time with me. And
right.
Like
so,
I said, yeah.
It's an ongoing quest of mine to build community and family and team and everything that, you know, I inspire and push to do. Like my ultimate goal is a community developmental recreation center. So, you feel me? That's my Boys and Girls Club. That's my gym. That's my school. That's, you know, and it's not mine, but ours. You feel me?
Right.
That's our, you feel me?
Right.
On the record, that's our school. That's our gym. That's our Boys and Girls Club. Our, you feel me? It's our universities. Our universe. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
Staying connected to your people.
Or
you definitely doing that, so you're on the right path. And
Brick City Lions.
It's commendable to anybody, and
Changing
there's a lot of us
culture.
out there. But you know, while we got you on the platform, that you dedicated to the youth, especially the fact that you don't have children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's not hard to be nice to children, but to have the feel to be dedicated and to put up with what comes with children. You know, so that's that's commendable, and the fact that you want to build them, and I think it's smart. You got it, along with a lot of us, that it is about the youth. They're the ones that's going to carry this legacy on. You know, we are what we are in ours. So it's about building for them. You know, even if you don't pass on something physical, whether it's mental, whether it's in stature, whatever you pass on, and we play our different parts. So with you in the education world, and I'm gonna just say education from sports to everything overall. Me, I'm a parent. You know, I'm out here. I like to stay on the ground. Me being connected to people like you, and then other things that's connected to the children is my contribution. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So, and us being clear in that is what's important. So, you know what I'm saying, bro? You got it going, man, and push for all of that. And you definitely got my support on whatever you need from me. And this platform is open to everything you do.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Word up, man. And before we wrap up, you know, a couple more things. The first thing is, what do we have to look forward to? We talked about game changes in the 7-on-7. You still ain't tell us about what happened last week. But before, let us know what happened last week, and let us know what we got coming up going into the spring, because things are gonna open up, even if not fully. So I know we got the sports season. This is your time.
So what to expect rolling out? We got the whole April. We'll be definitely entering tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely aiming to host a tournament in April. Rolling into, you know, we got until June with 7-on-7. So we looking to host and enter all tournaments as possible. But we got to qualify to get down there to IMG.
Okay.
So those qualifying tournaments are coming up
Right.
in April. So we'll be in PA. We'll be, you know, fighting to qualify to make it down to Florida to play at IMG.
Mm-hmm.
But to say the least, we're looking to do the same thing for the youth, like for the ages that 7-on-7 isn't as popular. So for that 9, 10, 11, 12U division, we're looking to, you know, create 7-on-7 for them as well. So expect that. That's rolling out as well, April.
Okay.
So, you know, we're looking to do some big things in April. You can follow us at Game Changers of New Jersey on Instagram. Yeah, man. Training wise, we at the dungeon. You know, we training 4 days out the week, and that's our training facility. So, you know, we work hard 2 days out the week. We dedicate the strength. 2 days out the week, speed, and we get after it, ages 5 and up. what I'm saying?
Well, while you talking about training, Prince, and this is me a little out of structure, like I told you, sometimes things don't go perfect. Name some of the professional athletes and even some of the high-level college and elite high school athletes that you personally train. I've seen them. I didn't do my homework properly to be able to document it, but just name some that you personally had your training on.
My personal training that I had on, I'm gonna jump straight to my man Precious Achuka, straight out of St. Benedict's as a sophomore. I was training Precious. He just got drafted in the first round, I believe, to Miami Heat.
Okay.
You know, and he's playing as a rookie. You know, I've trained Scotty Lewis. He's currently at you know, where he's at. He's a Florida Gator, you know, and I've trained these athletes on different teams. So Scotty Lewis, I trained him in AAU basketball. Precious, that's St. Benedict's, that's high school basketball. You feel me? Going all the way to my man Noah Farrakhan. He's at South Carolina right now. Not South Carolina, East Carolina. Yeah. Got guys like Brian Anton. He's over at Villanova. You know what I'm saying? My man Barama Sidibe, he's at Syracuse, finishing up his last year. You know, I got my man Arthur Millette. He's an NFL player. He's currently a free agent. He was with the Jets last year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it is you feel me? I had the opportunity to train Lauren Mincy, you know, former WNBA player. She played with the Maryland Terps. You know what I'm saying? Eric Ashola, he's currently with the Maryland Terps. You know,
the woman I might have missed. I think all the other guys you mentioned, I seen footage of, but the woman I might have missed.
Lauren Mincy, class of 2010.
2010. She still playing?
She's training. Excuse me. She's training now. But she played at Maryland. She won a national championship.
Because what I was gonna say is, it seemed like a lot of them players you like went with them through the rounds, like from high school, college pros, or college pros. You know, more than one level with most of them athletes.
Yes, it's revolving. You know what I'm saying? As they're going, networking and communicating, sky's the limit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Is a beautiful thing to watch their growth process. And then I didn't even mention football. So kids like Jalen Berger, you know, I've had the opportunity to train these kids in the youth sense. So before they even made it to high school.
Yeah.
And then, you know, speaking of game changers, our camps and showcase, they're coming through there. So constantly seeing these kids grow, the Masai Mainers. So that he's at Navy. Jalen's at Wisconsin.
Okay.
This football, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to say the least, is like watching kids grow and develop is just is energetic. It provides me with that energy to just keep doing it, you know, and want to do it on a higher level. It's the synergy.
And what was your dream, to play football?
I wouldn't say my dream.
You know, what did you aspire?
To have a community developmental recreation center.
I mean, as an early career.
I wanted to go to NFL.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like, for me, it was basketball, and then it was secondary, like maybe acting or something like that, which, you know, later on in my life I took a shot at. But it was always basketball. So let's say for your sport, you aspired football.
It was football, but I wanted, by the time I understood, I wanted football so I could come back to the community. Like, this was before, like, I understood that part early. I'm like, I could do football for 3 years. Go, you feel me? It was like that. I was thinking about it like that. Like, come back to my community, get centers, and put them all over the hoods, like Boys and Girls Clubs. That was the drive.
Let me tell you something, Prince.
Word up.
Now I'm gonna speak to you as a player, a former player, being coached in Newark at this stage in his life. I'm 39, God's willing, going on 40 this year. I wish I could have had a coach or a trainer for a spurt in my life while I was serious, because one thing I was about to ask you was, when you said that you wanted to do it once you decided, so you wanted to go to the NFL to come back and make a difference. So before that, my question would have been to you, what was you doing it for before that? Why was you playing football before that? Before you decided you wanted to go all the way, why was you doing it?
Because I loved it. Because it made sense. It was the only thing that I looked forward to.
So I wish you would have coached me. If you could put you in a time machine and take you back to me in about 5th, 6th grade, you would have loved to have that kid. Because guess what? This minute I decided I wanted to play basketball, the reason was because I wanted to go all the way. So what you look for in a coach, what you look for in a player, I was the opposite. I was looking for in a coach. The dedication. So you remember we talked about the difference when we went to Florida and we lost. You said some of you are crying because, now you finished that theory for me, Prince, because I understood it, but I don't remember it. You said some of you are crying because, and the kids were crying, you said some of you are hurt. And it was some of you, it bites you, it makes you want to come back. We was talking about some of them were defeated. Right?
Right.
Yeah, man. So, me, that's what you would have got. So all of the shit that you pushed them to, I would have been there for the extra shit on the basketball court with you. You wouldn't have been able to out-award you out as a coach. Because you take to the kids that want to do it. So, not for nothing, I came across a lot of people that were just doing the job. So, I decided to coach specifically to change that. So every kid that came across me would get the interest that you get. But it was reflective of that kid. That was my whole purpose of asking you why you did it. Man, I knew I wanted to do it.
Yeah. Every kid deserves a right to it. So.
No, but I don't care. I had people telling me everything. You gotta have that. It's a wonder. I don't care about none of that. I want to do it. Everything that come with it.
Word.
Everything.
Word.
I want to do it. So that's what it's about, man. It's about bringing those things out of those kids, man. And blessings to you and the rest of the staff on all the programs that you do. Brick City, I'm a Brick City person. I got my kids in there. I've been with them. And Game Changers, everything that you do, Benedict's, all of the places that you coach in, and to all of the people like yourself, let's bring that up. And I'm gonna let you end off with anything you want to put out there to the people, because I did say that we was gonna get deep like you like to do, Prince. Because you're original black man too. We had some conversation, and if you wasn't in Florida with us at the table, you wouldn't have had a conversation. But I'm gonna let you end it off, man. If you want to give your message to the people, to my audience, my couple followers.
Hey, man.
And your little shout outs or whatever you want to, man. Some coaches, some players, some people, man, some organizations.
Hey, man. I appreciate you for having me. You know what I'm saying? And shout out
always,
to you.
Man. Same
I
here.
appreciate you as a parent supporting me in my journey and experiences in life. And to the people, man, we hear these quotes and we hear these great, stories about people in terms of the process and the journey. But that's the fairy tale, because when we make it to the top, we ain't even thinking about making it to the top. Yeah. We living there. So, to say the least, is always peace, blessings, and reflections. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got, family.
It's definitely what you make it, man. So we're gonna definitely throw the promotions up, man. This is our thing, so we're gonna promote what we want, all our stuff. And like I told you, I got the comedy show going throughout the month of April. So to the people that's out there that watches the podcast. We're gonna have the Smoking and Joking comedy show. It's up on the Instagram and stuff like that. We got the flyers and everything out, and we got some other plans that I'm gonna tell you about. When we shut this down. So let's just stay tuned, man.
So y'all can follow me at _GOORLD ROO underscore.
It's gonna be up under
You feel
man.
me? That's Guru. You can also follow Game Changers. You feel me? You can follow the Dungeon Sports Academy. You can feel me? You can follow Black Money Promotions. You can follow Young Fly Famous. Why? You feel me? That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, promotion. You get your promotion in, man.
But definitely, appreciate you guys for listening and appreciate you for having me, brother.
Yeah, man. This is the back of the class, man, and this is episode 8, I believe. But we out of here, man. Thanks for watching.
It's cool.
Man, that shit was great. Especially on the comeback, like.